In geography, we are studying physiography and drainage of Brazil in chapter number 3. The only thing that remains is drainage of Brazil. That is what we will complete today. Just like what we did in the previous class, please keep your textbooks ready. Please have your pencils ready. Also have your notebooks ready. You will have to use your textbooks. You will have to annotate in your textbooks, and also you may have to write something in your notebooks. You will need all the three. So you have to see, you have to hear, you have to see two things together. One second. This is the overview of the chapter. These are the main topics of the chapter. We have already covered physiography of India and Brazil, and we have covered drainage of India in the last class. We made friends with new maps and we studied about the river systems in India. What we will do today is we will study about the drainage of Brazil. But before that, let us quickly remember what exactly we studied in the last class. If I ask you to tell me, tell me in one sentence, what did we study in the last class? One sentence. Just 3 or 4 words. How will you summarize what we studied? What's the topic that we studied? What's the content? Khadija is saying, studied about the drainage system in India. We studied about rivers of India. Chand is saying, Prachi is saying, drainage of India. Okay, so I would say let us use this phrase. We studied about the drainage of India. Drainage of India. Do you remember what are the two different types of rivers are there in India? Main categories of rivers in India. What are the two? The categories, Chand, not the names. Give me the names of the categories. Yes, Chand. Correct, Prachi. Himalayan and the peninsular. Himalayan and the peninsular. Now you have understood. And now if I ask you to name the main rivers and river systems of the Himalayan rivers, what all names will you give me? Major rivers and river systems of the Himalayan rivers. Ganga. Yes. What's the second one? Brahmaputra. Very good. And what's the third one? Fourth one? Indus. Very good, Anushka. Right. So Himalayan drainage or the river system, the rivers that are called Himalayan rivers, the main rivers and river systems are Ganga and the Indus river systems. Right. And within the Ganga river system, the important rivers are Ganga, Yamuna, and Brahmaputra. In the Indus river system, we have Chenab, Ravi, Satluj. And when we come to the peninsular rivers, there are two types of rivers once again. One is already you have seen, west flowing. It's already on the screen. Can you name the other one? What is the other one? East flowing, of course. One is west flowing, one is east flowing. In the west flowing rivers are short, small, they are fast. And the main west flowing rivers are Tapti, Narmada, Mahi, Sabarmati, Luni. I should have written the N of Narmada as capital, my mistake. Right? And the east flowing rivers from north to south, we have Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. These are our new friends, the river friends from our country. So today, you would have guessed, and I have told you multiple times, that we will study about the drainage of Brazil. And once we complete studying the drainage of Brazil, we should be able to appreciate the differences between the drainage of India and the drainage of Brazil. we should also be able to explain about these systems, how drainage is operating in India and how drainage is operating in Brazil. Okay. These are the types of questions. These are the questions that we will be able to answer. That is why we are studying this. So keep these objectives in mind when we are going through the chapter, when we are going through the content. The content is very, very small. As we made a new friend when we studied about drainage of India, similarly, we will have to make another new friend to study and understand drainage of Brazil. Yes, you have guessed it right. It is another map. It is another map. Now, this is slightly, very, very slightly different from the map that we saw for India. Look at the map carefully. The map is there on page number 20 for you in the textbook. Look at the map and tell me, what are the different things that are shown in this map? And try remember, what are the different things that were shown in a comparative map for India? What are the different things that are shown in the map? Chan, yes, correct. Only one thing is shown, and that is the rivers. Do you remember when we looked at the Indian map for rivers is on page number 21? See it and try remember that this map, the map for India, had something more. The map for India also showed us the sources of the river, glacier sources and the mountain sources. Whereas the map that is given for Brazil, the drainage map that is given for Brazil, it is only showing the rivers. There is no particular reason for doing this, but just this is how the maps are. We can also have a map for drainage of Brazil, which talks about the sources of the river. It is possible, just that in this map that is given in the textbook, those sources are not shown. But this is not the only friend that we will need. We cannot run away from the other friend, other Brazilian friend, and it is the physical map of Brazil. A physical map of Brazil. And we cannot run away from this because, as we discussed when we discussed the drainage of India, the direction of the flow of the river, it's not magic. It is pure science, gravitation, slope. So if we understand the physiology of the place, we can also very, very easily understand the direction and nature of the rivers. That is why we have to remember this map also. Now, if we have to remember this map, we will have to remember something else. A task for you. T for task. Look at this map, which is on the physical map of Brazil on page number 15 of your textbook, and list down all the neighboring countries of Brazil. Take 2 minutes, write down all the names of the neighboring countries of Brazil, and show me a thumbs up when you are ready with your list. If you look at the map carefully, at the north, you see French Guiana. This is a country. Next to it, Suriname. Next to it is Guyana. Next to it is Venezuela. Next to it is Colombia. Then we have Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. These are the neighboring countries of Brazil. Yes, these are the neighboring countries from French Guiana to Suriname to Guyana to Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. Okay? These are the names of the countries. We will need these names. That is why I asked you to make a list. Good. I'm happy that you were able to identify the countries. Second question. Where all the rivers originate, where will they end? Make a guess. अगर ब्राजील में अगर नदियां होंगी, if you, we have already quickly seen the map of rivers of Brazil. Now, if you look at the physical map of Brazil, make a guess. कहाँ से नदियां निकलेंगी और कहाँ को जाएंगी? Waiting for at least 3 different answers. by three different people. Chand is saying the rivers will end in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Prachi is also saying Atlantic Ocean. Why? Because it's ocean. Yes, it is ocean. But again, remember what I have told you. Just because it is ocean doesn't mean that river will end there. The bigger reason is the slope on the land, slope of the land. Shiva is saying South Atlantic. Southwest or north, Chanda is saying. Prachi is saying flow to the neighboring countries. Yes. Not all the rivers will go to the Atlantic. Some of the rivers will flow south. It all depends on the slope. If you look at the map, you see, if you remember, this is the highlands area. So the rivers that will flow north will go to the North Atlantic. The rivers that will flow to the east, they will go to the South Atlantic. And the rivers that will flow this direction, southwest, they will go into other countries. It all depends on the slope of the land. Correct, Khadija? They will start from a height of the mountain and it will continue flowing in the neighboring countries. Correct. So it is not necessary that all the rivers that are there in the Brazil, in the country Brazil, that all of them will end in Atlantic Ocean. This is the main point that we are trying to understand. And so to study drainage of Brazil, let us try look at the map again and try figure out what are the main rivers, what are the main river systems. And this was one of your pre-class work last night. Once again, thank you Prachi, Khadija and Alfia to complete and inform me with informing me that you have completed and you also shared your answers with me. What are the main river systems? You don't need to even look at what is there, what is written in the textbook. You can see the map and figure out where main rivers are there. Which rivers are the big rivers, long rivers? Where do we have more rivers? Chand is saying Amazon River Basin, which is in the north, right? Yes, Arti, Amazon River. So there are some major river systems and some minor river systems. The major river systems, we can list them as the Amazon. We can call it the Amazon River System. We can call it the Amazon River. We can also call it the Amazon River Basin. They all refer to the different things. The place where the river is flowing, the place that the river is draining, it is called the basin. The river itself is the river, and all the distributaries and tributaries of the river, they make the river system. Second one, and try find this in the map. Try find this in the map. In the map, the Amazon River is here, Amazon River. Next one. What do you think is? Yes, the Paraguay and the Parana River. See, this is the Paraguay River, this is the Parana River. This is another main area. And the third one is the São Francisco. São Francisco River is here. This is the São Francisco River. These are the major river systems in Brazil. Major river systems in Brazil. If you remember, in India also, when we were looking at the river systems, and we revised it in this session, that there are many small and fast rivers on the western coast. Similarly, there are many small rivers on the coast of the Brazil. So along the coast, north and the eastern coast, there are many small rivers. You see, many small rivers that form the coastal rivers of Brazil. So mainly we are talking about Amazon, Paraguay, Parana together. And there is a reason why we are talking about Paraguay and Parana together. We will read it. São Francisco, these are the main rivers, and the other rivers are the coastal rivers. Please confirm that you are able to identify these rivers in the map. The major river system of Brazil is in the Amazon River Basin. The main river here is the Amazon River. There are so many tributaries of Amazon. But if you notice carefully, you will also realize that there are almost no distributaries of Amazon River. If you see in the map, all these rivers, Paru, Branco, Negro, Hapura, all these are tributaries. They are bringing more and more water to the Amazon River. But there are almost no distributaries of this river. Do you notice this? Very unlike the Ganga river system. Now that is happening because where this river is starting and what is the source of that river? This river originates in the eastern slopes of Andes Mountains in Peru. Now, this is why I asked you to make a list of the neighboring countries. If you have made the list correctly, then you would realize that Peru is here. This is where there is a mountain range, just like the Himalayan mountain range, not one mountain, but mountain range, not as high as the Himalayas, but high enough. And from there, the Amazon River originates. And it has a very, very huge discharge. Discharge means release of water. That release of water is 2 lakh meter cube per second. And if we convert that into liters, using a simple mathematics where 1 decimeter cube is 1 liter, we get 20 crore lakhs liters of water per second is released into the river. It's huge amount. Huge. Because of that, even though it is not a fast river, it is not flowing through great slopes, but because of the amount of water that is flowing through it, it flows fast. I mean, a lot of water flows, and the water is, because this lot of water flows, and because the water doesn't stop at any point for too long, because the water is not getting much opportunity to erode also, the river is not able to do much of deposition work. Now this is connecting to last year geography. Rivers in the high altitude area, they are eroding the land. They are breaking the rocks. They are carrying the soil with them. And at the low-lying areas where the river flattens, where it is slowed down, where it slows down, it starts depositing it and it makes the land fertile. That does not happen in this case. Lot of water continuously moving, so no distributaries also. But instead, here you see on the screen, I'm showing you near the Marajo Island. We don't see a delta. We don't see a Sundarban-like delta. But we see that there are multiple islands. So how have these islands been formed? These islands have been formed because of the continuous flow of the river. So no delta, no estuary, but it has formed a series of islands along the mouth of the river. Very, very, very unique river this is, Amazon River. And just look at the size of the river. And size not in terms of length. Look at the size in terms of width at the mouth of the river. It is 150 kilometers wide. 150 kilometers. Imagine how wide it is. So it's at where it is meeting the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, there also, because of the amount of water that it is discharging, the water is flowing continuously. It doesn't slow down too much and it does not deposit. It forms islands. Now, if you look at a bigger map with wider perspective of Brazil, of the Latin America, South America. This is the South American continent. The biggest country in the South American continent is Brazil. If you see on the eastern coast, right, this is a mountain range. This is the Andes mountain range, Andes, and this is where the origin of Amazon River is. So Amazon River is starting here and flowing all the way up to here. So the Amazon River basin is not just in Brazil, it is there in the neighboring countries also, which we have already realized when we were studying the physiography. The plains, the northern plains of Brazil, they are not restricted to Brazil only. The Amazon basin is not restricted to Brazil only. They spread across the neighboring countries. Now, if a river starts on the western slopes of Andes, then it will flow towards this side, the west side. Do you know which ocean is here? On the right hand side, on the eastern side of the American continent, we have the Atlantic Ocean. Which ocean is there on the western side of the American continent? Let's see who remembers, who knows geography. Which ocean is there? There are only very few, 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 oceans in the world. Which ocean is there on the east side of the North America and the South America? It starts with a P. P for Punjab. Which ocean is it? Pacific Ocean. Yes, Pacific Ocean. So another, thank you. All of you have given the correct answer. As we need a dictionary when we are learning about languages, we also need another dictionary for geography. And that dictionary is the dictionary of maps. It's a book of maps. It's called Atlas. Try, get a copy of the Atlas. It will be so useful for you. Let us go back to our presentation. So now we have understood that yes, there are actually high mountains from where the Amazon River starts. Good. So that is about Amazon basin. Another small information is most of this river is navigable. माने उसपे we can use that river. We can travel on that river using boats, motorboats. It's navigable. और लोग इसको use करते भी हैं. It's also an interesting fact कि there are no bridges on the river, on the Amazon River. There are no bridges across the river. Unique facts. If they have to cross the river, they cross it using either they fly or they use the boats. Second important system, river system, second important rivers in Brazil, they are the Paraguay-Parana system. Paraguay-Parana system, and they are in the southwestern part of Brazil. Of course, it's very clear if you look at the map. And we talk about them together because if you see, they join, both of them join, and not just the two of them. Another river, Uruguay River, also joins them into another river, which is called River Plata in Argentina. River Plata in Argentina. So where is the River Plata? This is the River Plata. Uruguay River is not actually joining the River Plata, but both of them, the Uruguay River and the River Plata, both of them meet the Atlantic Ocean at the same place. So this is southwest of the country. This is southwest of the highlands, Parana and Paraguay. These rivers, they don't start from Andes. There is no Andes here. They start from the highlands, the southern slopes of the highlands. The third important river system, which is about the third important river of the Brazil, is the São Francisco River. This is the São Francisco River. Its direction, its flow, its path is very unique, that for the most part, it is flowing from south to north, from the highlands to the plains. Suddenly, it turns right. It turns to the east and all east and towards a little bit south also, and then meets the Atlantic Ocean. Another speciality or uniqueness of this river is, unlike the Amazon River, which starts in some other country and completes in Brazil, unlike the Parana and Paraguay rivers, and even the Uruguay rivers, which are cross-country, they exist in more than one countries. This river, the São Francisco River, it completely exists in the country of Brazil. Where exactly? In the eastern portion of the highlands. Very clear. We have already understood that it first flows north and then flows east. This is also navigable. इसका जो last का हिस्सा है 250 kilometers, that is navigable. This is São Francisco. So in the north, we have the Amazon basin, lots of tributaries, no distributaries, huge amount of water. In the southwest, we have the Paraguay-Parana system that originate from the highlands, flow south into River Plata in Argentina, and they join Uruguay River. Third one is the São Francisco, which is unique that it exists entirely in the country of Brazil. Very interesting direction of flow. First flows north and then flows right. With this kind of flow, which river of India are you reminded of? If you look at São Francisco River, not San Francisco, São Francisco River, which river of India are you reminded of? There is another river which is in India, which takes a very, very sharp turn. Which river is it? Chand, a river in India. Nile is in Egypt, and Nile also flows across countries. Which river in India are you reminded of? Look at the map, look at the river map of India on the adjacent page number 21. Correct, Prachi? It is Brahmaputra. So when it is in Tibet, it is flowing very straight. And just above Arunachal Pradesh, it suddenly turns south, change of direction. So as far as direction is concerned, or change of direction is concerned, you should be able to say that São Francisco River is a little bit similar to our Brahmaputra River. Our in the sense, the Indian River Brahmaputra. The last set of rivers, river system, are the coastal rivers. There are not one, two, there are many, just like the coastal rivers that we have in India on the western coast, on the west side of the Western Ghats. They are important because they are near densely populated areas. Of course, people would like to live near the ocean, and these rivers are near the ocean, and that is why they become important. Important because they are a source of water. Important also because they are used for transportation. That is why we need to take care of these rivers. Now, some of these rivers are flowing into the North Atlantic. If you see Itapecuru and Paraniba, Itapecuru and Paraniba, they are flowing into the North Atlantic. The rivers of for the south, if you remember where the escarpment is, which is southeast of the highlands. So the rivers that start in the escarpment, headwaters is where the source of the river. They flow into the South Atlantic, and then there is another river, another important river, which is Puruguaco. This is the river, Puruguaco. This is also important because it is near another town, which is the Salvador town. need to remember the names, need to be able to identify them in the map. If you are able to locate them in the map, then we will be and connect it with the physical map, then direction and everything else will be easy. Most important thing here is to understand that although these rivers are short, small, they are important because this is where the population is dense. Population is dense means more people live in small areas. So these are important for human beings. That is why it is necessary to mention them. I told you in the beginning that once we have studied the drainage of Brazil, we will be able to answer two types of questions. One type of question will be describe the drainage of Brazil with respect to Amazon or Parana, Paraguay, Sao Francisco, something like that. But then the other type of question, and that is what the entire textbook is about, the entire geography course for this year is about, is to apply the same concepts to two countries, India and Brazil, and compare, understand how they are similar or how they are different. So one very important question in that context is comparison of the Ganga river system and the Amazon river system. Ganga river and the Amazon river. Also, many places when the textbooks are written by not by Indians but foreigners, they don't call it the Ganga river, they call it the Ganges, Ganges. So if you come across this word Ganges, don't worry, they're referring to the same thing, Ganga. They will write Ganges and they will call it Ganges river. Right? Now look at the comparison. Catchment area is the place from where the water is flowing into Ganga, the area that is being drained by Ganga. 10,16,124 square kilometers. Whereas Amazon river's catchment area is 70,50,000 square kilometers, right? 7 times bigger area it is covering. 7 times bigger. It's not just once or twice. Much larger, 7 times. Length of the river, Ganga, 2,525 kilometers. Brazil, 6,400. Just under 3 times. And if we compare that water discharge, and this is in terms of cubic meters, meter cube per second. Remember, I had converted that for into liters. So in terms of meter cube, for Amazon, it is 2 lakhs. For Ganga, it is 16,648. Right? So although to us, it feels that Ganga is a very big river, but if we are objective, if we are comparing the two rivers, they are very different. Amazon is much larger. There is much more water in the Amazon river. It is much longer. The exercise has many different types of questions. I am keeping a textbook with me and I'm also keeping the PDF with me. So just to confirm that everything is same. So the first question is fill in the blanks. Brazil is mainly covered by. So this question can be answered by just looking at the physical map. What is the majority of the area? Is it highlands? Is it plains? Is it mountainous regions? Or is it dissected hills? Dissected hills means many hills which are divided. Bisector means dividing it into 2 equal parts. Dissection means dividing it into parts. Aman is saying the answer is highlands. Just compare whether it is highlands or it is plains. I leave it up to you. Second, like Brazil, India too has. Matlab, now this is about, so first question was specific to Brazil. Second question, 1B, it says, like Brazil, India too has. Matlab, Brazil ki tarah India mein bhi kya hai? So now this is comparison, and comparison for not differences, but for similarity. Do we have high mountains? Do we have an ancient plateau? Do we have west flowing rivers? Do we have snow capped mountains? क्या चीज है जो कि ब्राजील में भी है और इंडिया में भी? Try answer. Aman is saying ancient plateau. Okay, maybe the ancient plateau that is there in Brazil, we are calling it the highlands, and that what we have in India is called the Deccan Plateau, right? Maybe that is the answer. Don't you think Brazil has high mountains? No, they don't have high mountains. Andes are outside the Brazil. They don't have mountains. West flowing rivers. No, there are no west flowing rivers in Brazil. There are east flowing rivers, there are north flowing rivers, there are south flowing rivers, but there are no west flowing rivers. Snow capped mountains. जब high mountains ही नहीं है तो snow capped mountains भी नहीं है. So yes, your answer is correct. Ancient plateau. See, the Amazon basin is mainly, what is the main feature of this Amazon basin? Filled with swamps, covered with dense forest, characterized by droughts. अरे इतना पानी है and it is full of evergreen forest. So वो सब नहीं है. It's not even much used for agriculture. It is covered by dense forests, evergreen forests. Correct. Good. Happy, you know. Next, Amazon is a larger river in the world. Oh, Amazon is a large river in the world. Yes. Near its mouth. क्या होता है उनके माउथ में? डेल्टा है? नहीं है. No deltas are mouth. Deposition doesn't happen. पानी इतना बहता है कि फिशिंग भी नहीं करते. The answer is, पता नहीं क्या करते हैं. डेल्टा तो नहीं मिलता. So delta regions are found is not wrong. No deltas are found. That is correct. A negative answer is correct here. Remember, we don't have delta. We have islands. Marajo Island, one of the biggest island there. This is specifically about Brazil. Next question. Yes, no distributor is also found. Correct. Now, E, the Lakshadweep Islands of Arabian Sea. Now, this is back to India. Made from the part separated from the mainland. No. Volcanic island. No. The Andaman Nicobar Islands are volcanic islands. Continental islands. No. They are coral islands. Remember? Ring-shaped atolls. And atolls are made up of corals. याद है? We have studied all these things. Next one. To the foothills of the Aravallis. To the foothills means top of the hill means ऊपर में. Foothills माने नीचे, पहाड़ के नीचे. क्या है? कौन सा प्लेटो है? बुंदेलखंड, मेवाड़, मालवा, डेक्कन. Just look at the map. Look at the map and answer. Don't be in a hurry. अरावली के foothills में कौन सा प्लेटो है? The first plateau that we see is the Mewar Plateau. Mewar Plateau. Nothing to remember now. Just follow the map. अपने आप जब practice करोगे अपने आप याद हो जाएगा. रटने की कोशिश मत करोगे. Just understand. So this is one type of question. Another type of question is answer the following question. Just checking if it is there in the textbook also. Yes, it is there. So it says differentiate between the physiography of Brazil and India. So it is not enough to just write what is there in the physiography of India and what is there in the physiography of Brazil. We have to find out the differences. You know what to do. For example, you will say, we have very high mountains in India, but we don't have high mountains in Brazil. One of the differences. Things like this. So we have to understand, and only then we will be able to answer different questions. Don't be lost कि इसका आंसर कहाँ है. You will not find the answer at one place. You will have to combine all the information and form an answer. Chand is saying we don't have great escarpment, but Brazil has. Yes, you can say that we don't have a feature like escarpment in India. Yes, you can say that. This is not very simple reading comprehension. This is much more than that. You have to understand both parts for information about India, information about Brazil, and then bring them together in one answer. Next, 2B. What measures are being taken to control pollution in the rivers of India? अरे बाबा, ये कहाँ है ही नहीं. So these questions are also there. What measures are being taken to control the pollution in the rivers of India? Now, how will we study this? They are not. This information is not there in the textbook. So why is this question there? कैसे पूछा जा रहा है तुमको? क्या मतलब है इसका? If this question is there in the textbook, in the exercise, what does it mean? What is the message to the students? And what is the message to the teachers also? Very clearly, we have been polluting our rivers because of the human wastes from the cities and the human waste from the factories. Now, yes, we have to do something with the waste. That does not mean that we put all the waste into the river. अरे उसी पानी को तो फिर हम यूज करते हैं ना बेटा. We should not do this. So what should be done and what is being done now is, and we are already late in the country to do anything like this, we have to clean the water, clean the wastewater before releasing it into the river or ocean. और वो नहीं होता, वो cleaning नहीं होता, वो treatment नहीं हो रहा है. Cleaning, treatment, all of this will take a lot of money that people don't want to spend. Now, there is a big program which was launched by the current government, which is called Namami Gange program. Namami Gange. Namami Gange means Ganga, I salute you. And under this program, a lot of money is being spent to clean the river. That also you can include in your answer. So one is treatment of the wastewater before being discharged or not discharging the wastewater at all. Second one is cleaning the rivers. This is the Pantanal region, जहाँ पे की swamps है. See what is happening on all its sides. Highland. So whatever water here it is very difficult for it to run off. वो रुक जाता है वहीं पे. And that is why there are more and more swamps. And of course, पानी का source भी होना चाहिए. तो river भी है, and it is surrounded by, it's a low-lying area surrounded by high-lying areas, high-altitude areas. That's a very simple scientific reason. Convinced or not? Question number 4C. There are fewer natural ports on the eastern coast of India. It is because of the physiography of that place. Eastern coast, remember, it's much plainer than the western coast. For ports, we need water cutting into the land so that ships can be parked stably. That is not happening here. But more such places are there on the western coast because the Western Ghats are very, very near to the coasts. At places, they touch the coast. That is the reason. On the western coast, as Prachi has correctly identified, the natural ports are Kochi, are Mumbai. On the eastern coast, one of the natural port is that of Paradip in India, Paradip in Odisha, the state from where I come from. Very few natural ports there.